Hi there, everybody. Welcome on. Come on and say hi and where you're from in the comments. Welcome, welcome. So glad to have you here. I'm so excited to be putting on this webinar for you. The webinar is called Getting High Paying Clients and what's the best way to be doing that. And I'm going to offer you some different strategies today. So I'm so excited to be able to present this to you. So if you're coming on, please say hi in the comments. Where you're from. We are a global community, and I always like to know where we're from so I can give you a shout out and say hi. If you are watching the replay, please type hashtag replay in the comments, and we are going to be having this on YouTube. So if you are watching the replay, again, I want to give you a shout out as well. So welcome, welcome. My name is Christine Furtado. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm a professional accountant and financial coach. I'm a professional, obviously, but also an entrepreneur. And I also have experience in the online space as well. And I'm a wife and mom. My daughter's 10-year-old. So I know what it's like to have those that busy life and trying to do it all. And not only am I a professional, but I also I'm an entrepreneur, so I know what it's like to want to get those high-paying clients. We help 6- and 7-figure businesses with their financial education, as well as financial services such as bookkeeping and accounting and virtual CFO. But I also help with clients with their businesses as well. Typically, people come to me because of finance first. But as we get talking and if they need help in certain areas that I know I can help them, end up helping them with that as well. So a lot of my clients that come to me, struggle to get people online and especially getting high-paying clients. So since I've discovered that myself, I want to share that with you guys today. So that's why I wanted to, so excited to sharing that on this free webinar training with you. So I'm not actually doing a PowerPoint presentation. We're just doing a training here. So you're just going to see me for this 45 minutes to an hour. And we are very interactive here. So feel free to, engage in the comments and be interactive. Although I'm providing a training, I will cater it to whoever's on the line here today. And if you've got any questions as we're going, feel free to pop that in the chat, and we will do a Q&A at the end as well. All right. So again, we're offering this week some webinars and workshops, so feel free to join us for that. The workshops, there is a minimal fee, but they're also 2-hour long, so it is going to be a workshop style. So make sure that you sign up for that. I'm only offering that in our community. So this is exclusive training from me. All right, so who is this training for today? If you are someone, first of all, I just want to put a disclaimer out there that because I didn't realize this too when I first came online and became an entrepreneur. If you get those 10 to 15 clients that are going to pay you a monthly fee for, a 6-month to a year program or coaching or whatever it is that you do, whether it's consulting, coaching, product and services that you offer, or whatever opportunity, if you have a client that's going to be paying you an amount every single month, at a certain higher level, then those clients, you might only need 10 to 15 clients to actually get a 6-figure income. So I want to put that out there because, when I was first starting, I never really thought of that. I thought, go and get a whole bunch of people for a smaller program or service. But the problem with that is you're going to need a lot of people. And, that's where a lot of people do struggle, is to actually build an email list or build a listing. So you don't actually need a whole lot of clients or a big list to be able to get those high paying clients. You just need the right strategies to be able to do that. So I want to put that out there to you today. So if that is something that resonates with you, feel free to pop that in the chat. So if you are someone that struggles to get those high paying clients, being authentic on social media, then this is definitely for you. If you're someone that maybe, is charging probably too low, you charge lower to get more clients at first, and then, struggling to raise those prices, then this is definitely for you as well, to get you some different ideas on how you can actually get those higher paying clients. If you're also someone that doesn't really believe this is possible, lacking in that confidence, this is also for you. I know in the beginning, when I first came online, I had no idea people were actually doing this, so it felt a little strange to me, and you know, I lack the confidence as well. But once I started realizing people are doing this and getting the proper strategy in place, then I realized, you know, how this was a lot easier to do. So those that, you know, you fall into any of those categories, this training is definitely for you. So today I want to cover a couple things. First of all, I'm going to talk about different ways that you can get those higher paying clients using the internet, both online and offline, because some of this actually can be done offline as well, depending on, you know, the type of business that you have or the product, service, or opportunity that you have. The other thing that we'll talk about is, you know, the right things to be doing, those income producing activities, focusing on one or two things at a time. So we're going to cover that as well, which again is also really important. Yesterday we had a webinar on, you know, those distractions and things that we're doing that are keeping us busy but not productive. So this is kind of going to go along with that. You want to be making sure that you are doing income producing activities. So we'll talk about the different kinds of things that fall into that category so you can really assess your business and situation where you're at right now. All right, so first of all, what I'm going to show you today or teach you, train you today is applicable for any kind of business. So whether you have an offline, online business, whether you're in affiliate marketing or network marketing, the same thing applies. And I personally, I'm a professional accountant, but sales has never been my thing. Reaching out to people and getting people into the business, that was a struggle for me. But when I started getting the different ways and different ideas and things that you can be doing, you know, it was a real eye-opener. So I really want that for you today. So if you're hopping on, please say hi in the comments and where you're from. And I want to give you guys a shout out as you're on here. And we are recording this, so if you are watching the replay, please put hashtag replay in the comments. This will be also on YouTube, so feel free to engage in that as well. I always like to come back and give you guys a shout out. Okay, so basically to get any kind of clients, whether it is high level or not, it is really a numbers game. The more people that you connect with, the more people that are going to come out ahead of, you know, and potentially be a client for you. So really, really keep that in mind. So the number one thing that you need to be thinking as you're going along, whether you're offline or online, is to make sure that you're building an email list. That is one of the biggest things that I see people are struggling is, first of all, they're not making any connections, and when they do make connections, they're not gathering the information. So you want to, it does not matter whether you're hosting a workshop, a webinar, whether it's offline, whether it's online, whether you're talking to somebody, you want to be gathering their information. Oftentimes in the past, what we've done as business owners probably is we've given out our business cards, but you actually want it to be the other way. You want to be able to gather their information and gather their information with requests and permission, and you know, ask them if you can add them to your email list. So that's very, very important, is to start building that email list, because again, it is a numbers game. If you know, they say usually if you have about 1,000 people on your email list, you can, you know, you may have potentially, you know, 5 to 10 clients from that. So you need to keep building it so that you have a bigger number and bigger potential of clients. And a lot of times, and I know this probably seems far-fetched, but when people start connecting with you, once they buy once, they're always going to buy from you. So you want to be creating that reoccurring potential people coming into your list, but they're going to be repeat customers as well. So it's really, really super important. So for example, you know, if you're throwing a workshop, whether it's online or offline, you want to find a way that's a creative way to gather a business card. So you can either say, everybody put, you know, you could actually have a little contest. You could say, you know, yeah, you could have like little contests or draws at the end. You could actually say, I want to gather everybody so I can reach out to you. So you put a credit card, or put a card, not a credit card, put a card, business card in like a bowl or a fish bowl or something. So you want to be gathering that information. Another way would be to potentially have some kind of list at the end where you gather maybe a survey that they do at the end, and you can put little things like, say, can I add you to my email list? What's your name? Always gather name, email, and phone number. Really, really super important. Another way to be gathering this is to offer free gifts to people, and again, this can be offline. This could be in your posts on social media. You do something, whether it's a video or a Facebook Live or something, and then offer a free gift with that. And then part of the free gift is they have to enter their name and email. So that's a great way. And you can also have this on your website to gather information. So this also applies when you're out and about and talking to people and in conversation with people. Always be gathering their information. This is especially true as well if you're a network marketer and you're trying to build a team. Again, another way is like, it's just so important. Same with Facebook Lives, or if you're doing videos or doing webinars like this, always have it so there's an opt-in to come into the webinar. Sometimes on the Facebook Live that's not possible, but you can have them a link for them to connect with you or to PM you, and then again, when you have that conversation, if it's applicable, then you can ask if you can add them to the list to continue, even if they're not buying from you today. It's a great way to get to know you by being on your list. So other different ways that you can build a list as well. Summits are a great way. You don't have any advertising. There is a little bit of money to put one on. It takes about 3 months, but that has been very, very effective for me. It's kind of like being Oprah, where you are putting on an interview series, and inviting people to the show, and then whoever is on there gets to invite on your behalf as well. So that's an excellent way to build a large email list online. Other ways would be to do any kind of events. I'll probably be doing like an extravaganza event. I've actually been in the audience on these, and I did quite well as a person, as a guest too. And then of course there's anywhere, offline, online events. Another way to build your email list also is to offer a free gift or offer something from a Facebook ads, and that could be any kind of things. You could, bring people into a workshop, bring people into a webinar, offer a free gift from there. And then that you're going to attract people that are interested in whatever it is that you're offering. So those are some great ways. So building your email list is the number one thing you really need to be thinking about. Chances are you will have some private clients in there and high-level paying clients, but you're also building a rapport. And I have a lot of people on my list that have been on my list for a couple of years, and they're like, oh, I've been watching you for 2 years, and then they finally become a client. So sometimes that's not going to happen overnight, but it'll happen later on as people get to know you. People want to get to know you first. So that's definitely the first thing, is build the list. The second thing, and this is going to surprise a lot of you guys, is the best way to close a high-paying client is to actually get on the phone and call and talk to them. So reach out and talk to people. So whenever you are on a Facebook Live or a webinar, even if you're doing videos on YouTube, it doesn't matter. Always ask them to, either they put something in the comment that they're interested, you reach back out to them, or you say PM me or DM me, whichever social media that you happen to be on. And but the best thing is to close people is to get them on the phone and give them your link to your calendar is another way. I do that a lot in my emails, and it just gives people great access to you. People today, even though everything is automated or on social media, the one thing people still want, believe it or not, is connection. And to be quite honest, any high-priced product or service that I've purchased, I've only done it when I've actually been on the phone with someone. It's not to say you're not going to have smaller sales in terms of other products and services. I'm not saying that, but typically for the larger, higher-paying clients, you're going to be closing them on the phone. So that's something I think is a big surprise. I know for me, it was a very big surprise. I thought, I kind of got sold into that freedom lifestyle, and everything's automated and you just sit on the beach and make money. Well, it doesn't always work like that. There is some, if you have a great sales funnel and you have a combination, but typically you are going to close those higher paying clients by getting on the phone. So that's very, very key. And this is why I also in the first place, said always gather their name, email, and phone number, because then you can get on the phone and actually call people. Okay, so that's the number 2, is reach out and connect with people and actually close them on the phone. The third, so now I'm just going to get into some different ways that different social medias that are really excellent for closing high-paying clients. And again, some of this is going to surprise you. So let's just talk about, I'm just going to cover 3, but there are so many ways that you can do this. I'm just going to talk about the top 3 for me that have worked. So the first one is LinkedIn. So believe it or not, a lot of people are not using LinkedIn at all, let alone using it correctly. But LinkedIn is one of the top places to get higher paying clients. LinkedIn actually has over 500 million people and still growing. And of course, Facebook has a lot as well. But the nice thing about LinkedIn is you're going to get a lot of professionals. You're going to get a lot of high-level CEOs from all walks of businesses. And the nice thing is you can actually specifically put job titles in there, or locations in there if you're searching for people. Of course, it's always also good to have a really good profile, because then people are going to be sold by your profile. A lot of times they won't even go to your website. They'll actually just go to your profile. The other thing that's really nice about LinkedIn is not only can you do all these searches, and you can do these searches, by the way, without using the premium. I've had the premium and didn't have, it didn't make a difference in my success. So you can actually do this without getting the premium, just so you know. And basically, the other thing that's really nice about LinkedIn is you can actually quickly search the profile and see what kind of background they have, how long they've been in business, how long they've been at what they're doing right now. So you can kind of get a little bit of a history, which is really nice. Whereas if you're on Facebook, you're not going to get that. Facebook is more the social side. And I'm not saying that Facebook's not good, but LinkedIn, you really can know someone before you get on the phone with them. So it's really, really cool. So basically, again, it is a numbers game. So, if you want to get connected with so many people, I would actually, set a daily metrics on how many people to reach out to every day. And by reaching out, I mean, you're going to send a crafted message, not a automated message, a crafted message on state your intention of what it is that the product, service, or opportunity that you are providing, and if that is something that would interest them. So I would actually if you can actually do 50 to 100 people a day, reach out. It actually doesn't take very long, maybe within maybe an hour to send these out, because out of that you might get 5 to 10 people that are actually interested, and you just keep going with that. And then when they are interested, you have to have a little bit of a conversation going, which might take 5 to 10 messages back and forth to see if that's something that interests them. And then, at some point, maybe get them on a strategy call if that's something that they're interested in. So it is a little bit of maybe a manual, but it is actually a great way to get some really high-paying clients on LinkedIn. So that's very, very super important. It does take time again, but the right strategy and the right metrics definitely gets you there. Another thing that's really important is if you do have existing clients is to have some kind of referral system, where if they refer somebody, you can pay them a certain amount. That's definitely something that's a really good idea as well, because, a lot of people will base their business on referrals. Actually, a lot of accountants, lawyers will base their, their businesses on accountants. A lot of them that I've talked to. So if you're on, please say hi in the comments. We'd love to know, where you're from, and share with us what type of business that you guys have, and let's be interactive and engaging. Because I'm putting on this training, but I want to cater it to whoever's in the audience as well. And the more you have questions, feel free to just pop them in the chat. That way I'll answer those questions as I'm going. Okay, so LinkedIn is definitely a huge way to get some high-paying clients. Again, you can have a little bit of a history. It is a little bit more of maybe long-term, so it's not something that's going to happen maybe overnight. But if you keep consistent over, let's say 3 weeks to a month, you're definitely going to see some high-paying clients from that. So the key here, is daily consistency. Definitely, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Daily consistency is going to get you there. I'm just going to write that down. Okay, so the next way to get some high-paying clients, Facebook is another way. And Facebook is great. The other thing I want to mention, actually, before I leave the LinkedIn, is for all social media right now, video is a very, very hot item. So for example, on LinkedIn, you are getting a lot bigger reach if you're doing Facebook or videos on posting videos as opposed to just regular posts. So if you really want to get yourself out there as well to get a good following, that's more authentic and more, you're just going to get a more organic reach. Video is definitely number one on LinkedIn, but it's equally as important on all the other platforms such as Facebook as well as Instagram. Has really gotten into video as well. So make sure, if you're not already doing video, get on there and do it. I know myself, it was hard at first. I'm not a video person. I'm very, very shy, but it is a great way to get out there. Okay, so Facebook is another one. Facebook, you can be doing Facebook Lives. You could be doing some webinars. You can be doing like a daily training. You can be doing some posts that are potentially linking to a strategy call or a free gift for you. So that's definitely important. Facebook, you'll want to be doing business items on your business page. You can also have some groups where your community, start building a community of people that would be interested in your services. And you can also do things on your profile, but keep in mind to do it as least amount of business or as possible, because you don't want to be flagged down and booted out. So yeah, and a lot of things you can also do, post that link to a blog, which brings people to your website. That's also something great, because then when they're reading your blog and getting to know you, then you can put some opt-ins in there as well, or ways that they can connect with you. So really, really super important. One of the biggest things with Facebook that's really, really good. Now, Facebook, I will say, in terms of organic reach with manual posts, videos have been really, really good, but manual posts, definitely the organic reach has definitely gone way down. A post that maybe a year or two ago I would get 300-400 views automatically. I'm only getting maybe 10-50 views from it now. So organic reach has definitely gone down there. So you'll definitely want to make sure that you're doing, you can post videos, but you can also be doing Facebook Live. So all of those are really great on Facebook. The number one thing on Facebook that is working for a lot of people is Facebook ads. But keep in mind that they can be expensive. But you can start with even $10 a day or $5 a day, whatever it is that you can afford. But some is better than none. And what you can do is you can, if you've done a Facebook Live or if you've done a post that's done very well, you can just try it out and see, run an ad to a sponsored ad on that particular video to the friends or to, to friends of someone that is very similar to your services, that kind of thing. I'm not going to get into the details of that, but Facebook ads definitely is a great way to get a bigger reach on Facebook for sure. So whatever it is, definitely, again, you're going to want to reach out to individuals that are commenting and liking on your posts or your videos, really get that engagement going. And again, always say PM me, or maybe put a link to your scheduler as well. But the big thing I do notice, one thing I will notice that has gone away for sure is posting through automated social management tools is not working. And it definitely is not working on LinkedIn. I had anything that I had that was a post that had a link to my website. For some reason, it would put the picture of the link to my website. And sometimes, it's great to use other pictures to attract people to your website. So that for me definitely has not been working. And for some reason, the social media has definitely caught on to that, and what they've done is those things get even lesser reach than the organic reach. So keep that in mind as well. But you'll definitely want to reach out to people that are, you know, reach out to people that are commenting and liking your posts, and you know, feel free to always say to them to PM you, whether it doesn't matter which platform that they're on. So if you're just hopping on, please feel free to say hi in the comments and where you're from. Let's engage and get this happening. You know, this is going to be about a 45 minutes to an hour training, and it's just nice to provide extra to you guys that are here online. And so feel free to say hi in the comments where you're from, and you know, share with me the type of business that you have. I want to tailor this training to you guys that are here on the training today. So we've covered a few things already. One of the number one things we covered about is building your list. The second thing we talked about is reaching out to people, literally getting on the phone. That's actually the best way to close clients, higher paying clients. We also talked about LinkedIn, and we've also talked about Facebook. So those are definitely some of the top social media that I'm seeing right now. And it's not to say that there aren't others and that the others are not good, but those are definitely the ones that are working for me and my clients right now that I'm seeing. Another one is Instagram. Instagram right now, they've just recently come out with IGTV, so Instagram TV, so that I personally haven't got on yet, but a lot of my colleagues have, and they're saying it's really, really good in terms of engagement and reach. And also Insta stories are really, really good, and videos have really taken off there as well. So again, I mentioned, if you're just hopping on, I mentioned about, you know, getting on video if you're not already on there, and I know it's pretty scary. And you know, type in the chat if that's something you would like a training on, is what to say in the videos and how to get some engagement going, and you know, how to do it on different platforms, how to actually populate that on different platforms. So for example, YouTube is, you know, there's different things you want to put in the title and taglines and that kind of stuff. So, you know, pop that in the chat. Let me know if that's something that would be a great training for you guys. So I hope you're enjoying the training so far this week. I wanted to provide you guys with tons of value, and you know, be sure to also sign up for the workshop that is coming up on crushing your debt on Friday. So I'm really excited to bring that to you guys, because a lot of people have been really asking me about that. It's probably been my number one demand in terms of what people are requesting. All right, so back to Instagram. So IGTV is really, really good. Instagram compared to Facebook is getting a lot better organic reach. But it's very interesting because whatever you post on Instagram will also go to Facebook if you've got the app tied to it. And a lot of your Facebook friends will get notifications to join you on Instagram as well. So I'm just getting into Instagram myself, and already I haven't put a lot of time and effort yet into it, and already getting a really good following there. So it's, and you can close some really high paying clients there as well, because a lot of the big CEOs and a lot of the bigger companies are coming on to the Instagram as well. And like I mentioned, seems to be a little bit better organic reach on Instagram as well. And Instagram is definitely a picture platform, so there's not a lot of, it's not like a big post or anything, but it's also driven by hashtags. And the nice thing about Instagram too, it is based on different categories. So they're saying if you have more than one, your business, or if you as a person have more than one interest, you can actually have an account for each interest. So for example, you know, I'm into health and fitness. Part of my business is health and fitness. So I help people, yes, with the financials, but I basically say I help people to get healthy and wealthy, because so Money Piece is my core business. However, I do have some other businesses that are dealing with health and wellness. So I could actually have a health and wellness account, a financial account, and maybe my personal account. So those are some examples. And Charlene Johnson is a really, really good person that has basically made Instagram part of her, like, as something she teaches and helps people, and she has some great videos on YouTube, so feel free to check those out. All right, so that's basically what I'm covering today in terms of the social medias. So social media, one of the top ones, so if you guys are just hopping on later today, definitely watch the replay. And you know, LinkedIn is definitely a #1 place to get high-paying clients, because you can really can see the background, and you're getting the high-level professionals and CEOs. So even if you are a network marketer or an affiliate marketer, it is actually a great place to go and reach out to different people, and always have an organic message. Don't use the automated message, because then people really know that you're super authentic in terms of reaching out to them. So definitely LinkedIn for me has been one of the top ways to get private clients. Facebook is another one, obviously, and then Instagram. But those are not the only ones. I just wanted to cover those ones because those ones are definitely working for us and my clients as well. Okay, so then the next thing I want to cover is income producing activities. And yesterday on the webinar, if you happen to be on, we covered about how to conquer your day and how to conquer your morning. And part of it is making sure that you're doing the right activities and making sure that you have a strategy and a plan in place. Doing the income producing activities is no different. You want to be able to have the proper strategies in place and metrics on what it is you're trying to achieve every single day. So 80%, we should be doing 80% of our work should actually be income producing activities. So I want to go over the different types of income producing activities just to give you an idea, so you can kind of do a little inventory on what it is that you guys are doing right now, and how to assess and maybe change those strategies so that you are doing the right things. Again, when I first started in the online space, I fell into this freedom lifestyle stuff, which does work, but it's doing the right things at the right time and having the right strategies in place, doing different things that are distractions, such as email and looking at your email and social media. If that's all we're doing first thing in the morning, that's not the right strategies, and it's actually a distraction because we're actually giving our time away to other people. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't ever do the stuff. I'm not saying that, but you want to prioritize income producing activities, especially first thing in the morning. So what it looks like for me is my morning, first couple hours of my morning is actually income producing activities. So and then I have calls in the afternoon, which technically is also an income producing activities. And then I fill it in with the other stuff around. So let's just go over different things that you could be doing that, or assessing what you're doing to identify whether they're income producing activities or not. So first of all, just let me know if this is resonating with you guys in the chat. Is this helpful? Is there anything that you want, any other questions that you're having? Feel free to pop that in the chat. Let's get some interaction going. Okay, so here are some of the different items. So first of all, whatever it is that whatever strategies that you're choosing, you want to make sure that in some ways you come up with a metric, and you want to be able to automate and duplicate what you're doing. And some of the stuff does not have to be done by you. It can actually be done by an assistant. Oftentimes it starts with you, especially if we're just solopreneurs and we're just starting out. But as you start getting some private clients, and as you start to grow your business, then you can hire an assistant, even if it's a part-time basis, or somebody to help. Or if you have family members, nieces and nephews, cousins, whatever, that can come in and help you out, that would be great as well. So it doesn't necessarily have to be you. So one of the big things, obviously, is you want to be, whatever you're doing, you want to be still building that list. So it kind of goes back to what I mentioned earlier at the top of the hour, is one of the #1 things is you want to be building that list. The other thing is you want to be reaching out to people to bring people in on a strategy call or a consult call, half an hour. And again, the automation piece that can go with that is booking them through your calendar, and then they can pick a time. If you can avoid the back and forth, once they're ready for that consult, then just send them to the link, unless, of course, they happen to be on the phone with you. Then that's a little bit different. Then you can assess from there. But if it's just something that you are messaging them back and forth, then you can also, you know, send them right to your calendar, and then you can pick a time that's suitable for them instead of going back and forth. So you want to, again, you have to have some kind of strategy that is an income producing activity in terms of reaching out to people. And again, this applies to whether you have an online, offline business, or whether in affiliate marketing or network marketing. It does not matter. It's the same process. Basically, you want to reach out to 10 to 20 people a day, or even more. You might even want to put out to 100 people a day. If you're reaching out to 100, if you've just got, you know, kind of like a set authentic message, you can just be copy and pasting that to people and quickly seeing if that might be someone that would be suitable, asking the right questions, and you know, just starting that connection. So, you know, you can start by just doing 10 to 20, whatever you can in that particular day, but maybe you reach out to 100 later on, or 50 to 100 later on, and again, that adds up. So if you're reaching out to 100, just to give you an example, if you're reaching out to 100 people a day, you know, that can be 7 days. If you're putting yourself on a 30-day strategy session on strategizing this particular method, then that could be 700 people that you're reaching out to, you know, in a particular day. Now, when it looks, when you, let's say you're doing this on LinkedIn, a lot of those people will connect with you. So now you've got connections on LinkedIn. What you want to be able to do is get them either on a strategy call with you, or get them into your funnel, either by offering a free gift. Maybe they're not interested in a strategy session right now, but maybe they would be interested in a free gift that you have to offer. I know a lot of times, because I do a lot of webinars and workshops, I ask people if they'd be interested in that. If they're not interested in my services right now, they might actually be interested in the webinar, something like this, and then would it be okay to put them on my list? So again, I'm, you know, having the conversation with them, making the connection, getting them either on a strategy call, or somehow getting them into my list or my funnel in some way or fashion. So really, really, you know, think about that strategy and what it is for you, for your product, service, or opportunity. Video is a really, really big thing, like I mentioned, right now, especially, I mean, it always has been, but a lot of the platforms have really, really taken to it. It's obviously always been on YouTube. Video is definitely #1, and I came into the online space through YouTube, actually, because people are searching for things that they're wanting. But some of the other platforms have really, really taken to video, and video, you're actually getting a lot better organic reach. So you'll want to, they're saying on LinkedIn actually, that you'll want to be doing a video almost every day, and it just has to be like a 2-minute video, like a tip that you're offering your people, your clients. You know, it doesn't have to be long. Typically on YouTube, if you do a video, it can be about 8 minutes-ish. But yeah, on LinkedIn, you could be doing a 2-minute tip video and posting every day. And it doesn't necessarily just have to be about your business. Like for me, it might not just be about finance. It could be about just regular mindset, productivity things, or whatever's going on in that day. Some people just want to know you, right? People are going to buy you. They're actually not buying your product and services. They're actually going to buy you. So attraction marketing is really, really important, and a video is a great way to do that. So whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, and now even Instagram, video is the #1 thing. And so I'll get to that in a second. We'll talk about repurposing and what you can actually do, and you know, a simple little strategy that you can actually do to really use that same information and spread it. So you're not doing something every single day, but just to make it easy for you. So is this resonating with you guys? Feel free to pop in the chat, and you know, is this helpful? Are you getting some value from this? Feel free to let me know in the chat so we can chat about that. Okay, so, and the other thing is, as you're getting clients, I talked a little bit about not repurposing, but getting referrals. And then the other thing that you'll want to do is You know, there's people that you've reached out to before that maybe weren't interested at the time. Reconnect with them and reactivate them, because like I said, you know, clients that have bought from you before or will always buy from you again. It's just a known fact. It's almost like a magnetized attraction marketing. And so always reach back out to see if there's anything else that you can get from those people as well, or is there anything else that you can provide for them and service them. And a lot of it is just getting those connections and really just getting to know what it is, what's the majority of the problem that people are having, and you know, how can you provide value to them. And so also look at it as that way, is just connecting with people. And so, for example, the workshop that I'm having on Friday, that's how I discovered there were so many people that were having that within my email list, and people that I was connected with, is simply by getting on the phone and actually talking to them and asking what is, you know, their biggest challenge in either their business or their personal life, and that came up. So that's how I'm getting a lot of the information to be able to provide some webinars and some workshops to provide a ton of values to you guys. All right, so I want to quickly talk about repurposing your content. That's also really key. So, I mean, one of the biggest things, like I've been saying, is to get the high-level clients is to actually get on the phone and just reach out to people, whether it's in your list, giving them a link to reach out to you, and just really getting to know people that are in your audience, and providing that connection to you. That's actually the number one way to do it. So if you've got a list, you know, again, start building that list, but connect with people on the different social media platforms. And you definitely have to have a little bit of a strategy in place to be able to do that. But if you are daily, if you're doing this daily and consistently within a 30-day period, you'll definitely have some clients knocking on your door for sure. So I want to talk about just a simple strategy for repurposing your content. So I talked about planning yesterday a little bit in our webinar, but what you'll want to be doing is having a monthly calendar plan or content marketing plan on, you know, I like to work in themes. So whatever the theme that you can have, maybe, you know, maybe you can just sit down and write down, let's say, a theme for every month. And then for under those themes, what are some of the topics that you could be covering? And part of that, you know, what can you be offering in terms of maybe a free gift or a free download? And what you'll want to do is have people come in with a download and have like an opt-in to grab that download. So it depends on what it is. Like obviously if you're doing a Facebook Live, you're providing a ton of value there. But if you're doing a video that, you know, you might want to repurpose, that's just an idea. So these are just different ideas. So what you can do, just as an example, you can actually put out one good video every single week, and you could actually put it on your YouTube channel. So it can be housed there, have a really good title and a really good, the titles and tags so that you can show up in a ranking. So that's the first thing, is create a video. Then that particular video, you can actually turn the transcript into a blog. And there is a transcript on video that you can do, which you can kind of use it as a starting point, but you'll have to definitely edit it, or you could just hire someone on firever.com to do it. But anyways, you can get the video transcript, and then you can turn that into a blog. And then what you do, it becomes a blog with the video embedded in your blog. So that means when they're watching it on your blog, it's actually counting as your YouTube views as well. So then, so you've just turned a video into a blog, and then you can also take the audio from that, and if you have a podcast, you can actually turn that into a podcast as well, or you can turn it into another that particular audio, you can use it on other platforms as well. Then what you can do is take some different snippets within that video, such as quotes, pictures. You know, you can establish some pictures and some quotes from that as well, or mini posts, and then you can take that and put those on the different social media platforms as another method. Okay, so LB said he has to go, but has we provide a lot of good information. Look forward to watching the remainder of the replay today. Great. I'm glad that you're going to watch the replay. And like I said, that's why I'm recording it here as well. And Zoom should actually be sending you guys. I've set it up that way, but in case they didn't, I wanted to record it. But I'm also recording it for the purpose of my own repurposing. So you can, so anyways, if from that particular video, you can take some quotes, you can take some things that you've said it within it, you create some different images, and you can take yourself as an image as well, being live on a video. There's all kinds of different things, and you can purpose it on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, that kind of stuff, right? And then you can use the different hashtags as well as another thing that you can come up with that, and different tags that you're going to use, again, depending on the different platforms. And then basically you can feed everybody to your blog, and maybe on your blog you can actually have, what I'm starting to do is every video on YouTube is starting to have a download. So if they want the download, they can opt in to get that. So again, I'm building a list. I've created a video, I've created a blog, I've got all these posts relating to one video, and all these quotes and stuff, and then I create a download, and I'm also building my list. So you guys are getting this? Is this resonating, you guys? Is this making sense? But that's just an example of what you can do in terms of repurposing. Trying to think what else here. Yeah, well, and the other thing you can also be using is if you had a series, like let's say your monthly theme, I don't know, maybe it's how to manifest something, right? So, you know, maybe you've got like a it can be broken down into maybe 4 parts. And then you can actually turn around and use pieces of that video can also be turned into a course, is another thing that you could do. And then you could somehow drive people into a download, or you could drive them into a 3-part video series that takes them into a course. So there's all kinds of ways to repurpose the information, and I wish I knew about this stuff a little bit earlier, but you know, I got wind of a few people saying that, and actually on our podcast, there was a few people that were on that were sharing that strategy as well, and I've since adopted that myself as well, because there's been a few other people that I happen to be listening to online that have done the same thing and created great success with it. So just keep that in mind as well. So by doing one video a week, you can turn it into a multi-purpose, and that's something that can drive everything for that particular week. And the thing is, it's out there already. So what's going to happen is it's just going to be out there, and then people eventually, as you're getting more traffic to your website, you know, it's going to remain out there on the web basically. So it's a great way. The other thing that you can also turn these into is Facebook Lives, and you can use them in your groups. And the other thing you can use these videos for is Facebook ads, to be able to repurpose again and drive traffic to your particular blog or to your website. So now keep in mind with all of this, you're going to have to test it, you're going to have to try it out, and you know, you really have to consider what it is that people want. You basically want to know your audience and you know, provide whatever problems they're having, provide the solution to those particular problems, and that's how people are going to be attracted to you. Another thing that you could also be doing is a Facebook Live show where you have a weekly show, or podcast is another one that you can bring people to as well. These are all income producing activities. So the key is obviously get into some kind of strategy, having being daily consistent with whatever it is that you're choosing. And I know I've touched on a lot of different things today, but basically keep to 1 or 2 items. Don't try and do it all at once. Just take 1 or 2 items and do a good job at doing that, and master that and become masterful at it, and then move, you know, then maybe introduce another item. So I know it might seem overwhelming. So might seem a little bit overwhelming, but just want to stick to 1 or 2 items, not trying to do it all. So let me know if this has been really helpful. Those are basically the things that I'm going to be covering today. And feel free, you know, if you would love some help with this, feel free to reach out to me at christinefurtadoenterprises.com. On the pop-up, just schedule a profit strategy call or a discovery call. You know, this resonates. This is for whether or not you have an offline or an online business, or whether in affiliate marketing or network marketing. I'm actually familiar with all of those. My core business is financials, but I'm also have an affiliate marketing and network marketing business as well. And of course, I've been online now for a bit, so I definitely understand the online space. And a lot of the clients that I have, I've helped them go from offline to online in their business and what to do with that. And yeah, so let's just recap really quick. So again, you're going to be getting the recording of this, so feel free to go back and listen to the recording and make some notes as well. I don't actually have notes as part of this because I really wanted people to be listening to it either live or the recording and making some notes as well. So basically, you know, let's just kind of do a recap on the different ways to get those high-level clients. So first of all, we have to be very, very conscious and have a good strategy on building our email list. And it's not just building your list on social media, it's building your email list, believe it or not. I know some people are thinking email is dead, but if you're providing a great product, service, or opportunity that people are interested, they will come to you. And building that email is very, very key. Social media can be pulled at any time, so LinkedIn can go away, Facebook could go away, even if you have a big following there. It is getting them into your email list that's going to be really, you know, basically they're in your part of your business now is being part of your email list. If you just have social media that they pull the plug on Facebook today, you're done. Like if you're just relying on that, it does not work. The key is get people into an email list, and that is basically your ownership in your business. Your basic asset in the business. So the second thing to close high-paying clients is to actually get them on the phone, make phone calls, and or get them into your calendar. You can automate this. Definitely work on automating and duplicating this, whatever strategy that you guys have, and you can also get an assistant to be helping you with that. The number one social media for me has been LinkedIn. In terms of getting higher paying clients, and I love it because you can really look at people's profile and their background and really kind of get a sense of who they are and what they've done, what is their background, and you can probably tell right away whether that's suited to you know, to whatever it is that you're providing, whatever product, service, or opportunity. The other social media that's really great is Facebook, and Facebook is really, really good as well, and especially when you know, do the Facebook ads can be really good. Now they are expensive, so if but you can start wherever you're at, whatever that is. But you can also be doing like Facebook Lives and workshops and different webinars live. And as I mentioned before, webinars are or anything video is definitely really key on every single platform. Another one that has really come around in the last few months is Instagram. Instagram is also really good, and again, they're really becoming popular with videos. And of course, Instagram's a very visual platform, so it's a lot about pictures, but videos have really come in, and now you can have IGTV, which has just come in the last week or so, and a lot of people are really getting on that as well. So definitely, those are some great ways to get some high-paying clients, and basically what it is, you need to have that strategy, whatever it is for you. And then, of course, we want to make sure that our daily activities are really income-producing activities. Basically, 80% of our day should be income-producing activities filled in with some of the other things that can fill our day. And if you come back and listen to this webinar, you know, part of your strategy should be how you're going to create content and repurpose that content. So I mentioned, you know, if you do a video, you can turn it into a blog, and audio, you can turn it into posts and quotes. and that's something you can actually get someone to help you with as well. If you're at that stage, if you're in the beginning stage, you know, I did a lot of that in the beginning myself as well. So, you know, the great thing is maybe obviously listen to this webinar, but maybe get a coach or somebody that can help to guide you to get you to that point. Like I said, I've really helped a lot of clients go from an offline business to an online, and how to get that all automated, using repurposed information, and, you know, figure out whatever the strategy that works for your product, business, or service or opportunity. So that is my training for today. And Nina said she arrived late and will listen to replay. Thanks for everything. You're welcome, Nina. So if you guys have any questions, this is the time to ask it now. Let me know in the chat if you've got any questions. Did you enjoy this webinar? Is there pieces of this you would love me to expand upon? I know I covered a lot of information, and so excited to bring you guys this. But yeah, if there's any questions you guys have in the chat, feel free to pop that in there right now, and I'll answer them. And if you think of something afterwards, feel free to email me. And if there's anything that I can help you with, if you're at that place in your business now that you're raising your hand and you know you want to get to the next level, feel free to reach out at ChristineFurtadoEnterprises.com, and on the pop-up, just book a strategy or discovery call. And and Morella says she was here late too, and that this was great. So thank you, Morella. Thank you, guys, and welcome to the webinar. And definitely watch the replay for sure. All right. Okay. So if there's no questions, I want to thank you guys for joining me. Again, feel free to reach out and be sure to watch the replay, and put the hashtag replay in the comments, and let me know if there's anything else that, as you're re-listening to it, that you would love us to cover and break down maybe into an even, you know, a webinar on its own. I know I've covered a lot of stuff, but I know this is really super valuable information. At least it gets your mind going, and perhaps helps you to figure out a strategy for yourself, and, you know, moving your business forwards. And, you know, whether it, and a lot of this stuff applies whether you're offline, online, it actually does not matter. You can actually build an email list from just doing workshops offline. And we'll love to have the replay. Absolutely, you guys are going to get the replay in the email. If you don't get it through Zoom, you're definitely going to get it through me personally, so just look out for that as well. And again, if there's anything that I can do to help you, feel free to reach out to me. You guys have an amazing day, and to all of you guys from the US, I hope you guys have a great Independence Day tomorrow, I believe, right? And yeah, tomorrow. So you will actually get a happy Independence Day email from me tomorrow as well. And if there's anything I can do, feel free to let me know. And you guys have a marvelous day, and we'll catch you on the next webinar or workshop. Take care. Bye for now.